Excuse me. This is my NXT review for March 20th, 2013. Starts off with a video package of what's happened with Adrian Neville, Oliver Gray, and the Wyatt family. Goes into our opening match, Justin Gabriel against Leo Kruger. This match, it was a little bit better than the first one that they had. It was more focused on the two of them and not somebody else. In this case, the first match was Tyson Kidd. Gabriel had the advantage early on. Every move that Kruger would do, Gabriel would counter the move, and it was a good back and forth match. It ended when Kruger locked in the wrist lock armbar and just stretching Gabriel, and Gabriel tapped out. Leo Kruger got the win. We go to the back. Audrey Marie is being interviewed, and she said that Sasha Banks is going to get her upcomings for what she did to Audrey Marie a couple of weeks ago. And then we go to the best segment again. The best segment of the entire show. William Regal is out in the ring. And I love, excuse me, I love how he said, how he asked permission from the NXT leader, Dusty Rhodes. I love how he said that. So he called Kassius Ohno out. And, Ohno comes out. He said, he apologizes for what he did. And Ohno said how, he and CM Punk traveled halfway across the country to, to go to the training sessions that William Regal had. And, he was inspired to be him. And then, it kept going back and forth, and then the ending was so good. Because Kassius Ohno was like, the only difference between you and me, the only thing you'll ever be most remembered for, is you getting down and kissing Vince McMahon's. And before he says it, Regal gives him this great punch that sends Ohno down to the mat. And Ohno had this look of shock on his face. And it was just absolutely great. It was done fantastically by William Regal and Kassius Ohno. So after the break, Regal apologizes for what happened. And we go to our next match. It is the debuting Bayley. Yeah, that's her name. Bayley. She goes up against Paige. This is pretty much, and I really hate to say this about matches, but it is true. It's just basically a squash match. Paige ends up getting the win. After the match, Summer Rae attempts to come in and attack Paige, but she gets caught, and Summer Rae just goes to the back and forgets about it. So, before we go to the featured match, we are told that next week on NXT, it's the Road to WrestleMania special. Wait, hold on, let me check my date again. So, according to my notes, the episode that I'm reviewing is March 20th. The Road to WrestleMania episode is March 27th. WrestleMania is April the 7th. Well, you'll just have to see my thoughts on that episode in an upcoming review. So the featured match, Adrian Neville and Luke Harper. Eric Rowan and Bray Wyatt are at ringside. This is a good big man versus small man match. I was hoping for a little bit more out of both of these guys, because ever since Adrian Neville first came on TV, he's just been sensational. And Luke Harper's a good, athletic, agile big man. And this was an okay match at best. Of course, towards the end of the match, Eric Rowan would try to get involved in the match. Bray Wyatt would try to get involved in the match. But as Neville is on the top rope, Luke Harper crotches him on the top, and then he does a rolling clothesline, gets the 3 count. Adrian Neville loses his first match on NXT. After the match, the Wyatt family were going to attack Neville when Oliver Gray came into the ring, but he got double teamed. And then Bo Dallas comes running into the ring, and we have the pure chaos, all 6 men in the ring. Neville, Gray, and Dallas clear the ring of the Wyatt family, and that's the episode of NXT. So this episode is not really, going to be one of the best ever, but it's going to be remembered for the great William Regal Kassius Ohno segment. Just a fantastic segment. Makes you really involved in their feud, and I really enjoyed that. The matches were okay, nothing to brag about. And the next review of NXT is the Road to WrestleMania episode, when they're a week and a half away from WrestleMania. I'll tell you guys my thoughts on that episode, but this has been my review of the March 20th episode of NXT.